What's up, poetry fans? Welcome to the last episode of 2015, and we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. But what better way to go out with the year than to feature one of our own, Salarcon?
Oh my god.
She's gonna be traveling abroad for like 6 months, saving the whales or some bullshit. And so we are going to feature her poem. She is amazing. Check out one of her latest pieces.
Mama says you're a pretty girl. What's in your head doesn't matter. My mom always told me I am beautiful. I wish she had been a little more specific. I'd rather be told I am worthy, that my ideas matter, that I can be President of the United States if I want to. If being beautiful means that I am a door and every man is born with the keys to unlock me, open me, and stare at me whenever they please, then I don't want to be beautiful. I don't put on makeup some days. Makeup feels like wearing a siren on my face, like, Go ahead, stare. It's okay, I'm just, wait right here. When you watch a beautiful person leave their body behind, all you remember is them. I wonder what my life would be like in a different body. Sometimes I fantasize shaving all my hair off. I am not my hair. I am not the layers of subcutaneous tissue and dermis I was born in. I don't want to be told I'm beautiful. I don't want to be something that has caused us so much harm. When my friend Mike told his wife that he wanted to be Ashley after 10 years of marriage and 3 boys, she said, okay. She loved Ashley. She didn't care what she looked like out here. Don't tell me I'm beautiful. There's nothing honorable about being something you had nothing to do with. Tell me I'm strong. Tell me I'm brave. Tell me I'm a badass bitch and you respect me and my boundaries so hard.
Yeah.
I wish my mom told me I am powerful. Wish she taught me that my mouth is full of animals and I have the power to release a snake or a butterfly from my tongue. I wish she taught me the consequences of which animal I let out my mouth. Why do we spend more time worrying about what's on our lips instead of what comes from them? I'm trying not to focus on all I've missed out on. Like the mountain man who had the code to unlock my smile, but he never had a chance. He had marble-sized eyes and an envelope mouth. Mountain Man says, I won't be a rich man, but I'll be happy. I don't care about being beautiful. I want to be happy. I wish my mom showed me how to guard my heart and let people in, how to just let the butterflies through. I wish my mom taught me how to breathe. Wish she said, if you want a bigger chest, Sarah, then inhale deeply.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pretty or perfect. I don't want to be wanted or sexy. What's the point of being beautiful if you don't know how to breathe? I want people to see me, just me. So when I tell you you're beautiful, I mean right here.
This is a powerful piece, and I think it's very quintessentially you, because you're all about inner image and not outer image, and I think that's kind of what speaks to, at least to me and this piece the most. It's this idea of beauty is so much more than the makeup you put on or the way or your hair and how it's styled, and I love the picture you paint with your mom. It's interesting because knowing you personally, like the relationship that you have with your mom, it's interesting that you kind of have her in this not like negative light, but kind of presenting this really stark contrast of like the Sarah you are now, which is like this really powerfully like comfortable I am who I am, and like I get my beauty from in here and not what the world tells me. And you have this like young Sarah that kind of like, or just different Sarah that your mom is talking to, that is very much like, if you want to be beautiful, here are the things you have to do.
Right.
So what inspired this piece? Like where did it come from?
Yeah. Well, actually, it means a lot for you to tell me that, because I feel like this is definitely a journey. And so sometimes I write these pieces, and like you've said before, you don't really figure out how you feel about it until you write it down and perform it, and you're like, oh, that's how I feel about this. So it's actually kind of a big deal for me to be able to write a piece like that, because in my personal experience, I feel like I grew up with a lot of judgment and thinking that, you know, whether it was the world or my family or both, but just thinking you needed to look a certain way and act a certain way. And I think that's really common in our culture. But then I feel like more recently I've had this kind of huge shift where you just kind of learn and you live and you're like, oh, I'm not really the physical body that I live in at all.
Yeah.
Like, this just happens to be this thing that works, and thank you very much for this. And so, yeah, this piece actually does mean a lot to me. It's brand new.
Yeah,
but
I love.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I love the way that you kind of weave this like theme of breathing throughout this piece, because I don't know, when you think about the way that people look, you don't necessarily associate that with breathing, but a lot of everything, all the stress that we carry on our shoulders every day is basically what the world is kind of putting on you. It's how you feel about the way other people feel about you, and you're kind of telling this different story of just like, what's the point of being beautiful if you don't know how to breathe? Like, if you can't just open up your lungs and exhale and
really live.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, breathing is something I like to practice and be mindful of. It's kind of one of those things you're supposed to do naturally, but a lot of times I'll find myself holding my breath. So stop holding your breath.
Yeah, so you have this amazingly powerful piece, and Salarcon is going to Colombia to help teach some of these messages and English, I guess, because that's important, to kids. And so we'll actually have information about that in the description section below, but you can help support her in this. We'll have a link to a GoFundMe page in the description section below. Let us know what you thought about her piece. It's an important message that I think, especially now, when there's so much distractions, we kind of lose track of like who we are as people. And I think it's a really good thing to get out there and, you know, get across the border, I guess. So if you want to help support Salarcon and her efforts to spread the word and teach a little English along the way, give her some love at her GoFundMe page in the description section below. Let us know what you thought about her piece in the comment section below. And stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to Shut Up and Poetry. And we'll be back soon with more. I like how we did that at the same time. We'll be back more soon with more awesome, amazing poets. So don't forget to check out our channel. You know, once a day, once a minute, whatever. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2016.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Shut up!
In poetry.